Hi, welcome to RenderDemo.com's overview of the How to Draw Athletic Footwear Sketchbook. This sketchbook was put on Kickstarter and we did reach our funding goal and we were able to produce initial run, and those have been delivered to our location here in Boston, and we have already begun shipping everything out and currently taking orders online at our RenderDemo.com website. So this is the book. It's a Moleskine sketchbook. It's black, has a red elastic band. It's a handy size for bringing it around class or just to put in your duffel bag, backpack, whatever. Here on the back of the belly band we have the barcode for at the bookstores with the price, and also a QR code, so if you want to be directed to the RenderDemo.com you can take your smartphone, scan this in, and it'll take you right to our website. So on the inside we have this belly band that does come off, and you still retain the Render Demo logo with How to Draw Athletic Shoes with this red foil printed on the cover and the logo on the back side here. So when you open up the book, inside you'll find a page here that you can put your name in, date, email, so that any contact information in case you do lose the book and you want to have that returned to you, so somebody can easily find who this belongs to. And the QR code is also inside here. Inside you'll also find a quick bio about myself and the table of contents here, all the chapters that are contained inside. Wanted to just quickly jump to the industry reference material at the back of the book, because this is it includes some interesting information about design schools and the different types of schools that are out there that have footwear in their curriculum, and shows a list of footwear brands with websites and locations, so you can do some research online. There's some US retailers, Foot Locker, Finish Line, Kohl's, JCPenney's, things like that, where typically you see athletic footwear at retail. There's a trade show guide. There's some print media and some website media, so if you're looking to read up about some additional footwear books or websites, you can look and get a good start here. So again, this just doesn't include every single website that's out there, but these are the most common and the ones that I typically go to for my research. So inside the book, the first chapter is on foot anatomy, and this is intended to just give you an idea of the basic components of the foot, and specifically the bone structures and where they would articulate. The second chapter is about the anatomy of the shoe, so industry terminology goes through the different parts of the shoe and how they're called, and what languages the designers and marketing and developers use in the footwear industry. So just give you a breakup of that. And then we go into the tooling as well, the bottom unit, and what the different components are and what those are called. Next we have the shoe types. So here we get into, knowing that there's a lot of footwear types out there, we just hit on a few of the key athletic footwear types. So we have a low cut, a mid cut basketball type shoe, some high top basketball, track and field, some cleated product like soccer, football, baseball. There's some sandals in here, golf, and then we put in here a hiking boot. And then here you can see the way they're all aligned and some of the differences in heights and proportions. So after that, we get into an overview on upper proportions. And this is a system that I put together to really help you figure out how to put together a correct proportion shoe. So as you can see, this gets into some details about that and a step-by-step on how to execute that. And then the part about this sketchbook that I really want to highlight is the fact that we have not only how to draw shoes, but how to actually be able to sketch inside. And the great thing about this sketchbook and the uniqueness is that you start out with a lot of guides, and as you go through, the guides are taken away, and you become less and less you find the need to use less and less guides as you go along. So by the time you end, you're not seeing a lot of guidelines. And what this does is, as you progress through the book and you go through all these different types of shoes, you really start to see and get a visualization for how a shoe actually sits and feels, and that gets plugged into your memory. And by the end of the book, you should be able to sketch a shoe without the need of any guidelines. So here we go through just different types of shoes in this chapter. And then we start turning the shoe from left to right. We just play with different directions. And then we do the same for the tooling. So we'll go through how to set up a tooling step by step, and then the same process follows here for every shoe type as well. So as you go through that, the next chapter is on perspective. So here, how to set up a perspective of a low-cut running type shoe. And again, these are the way that I would put this together. It's a really pretty simple way. And the idea here is, once you start putting this perspective, again, you get your guidelines and you slowly phase out of those guidelines. And we switch from left to right, really giving you some larger scale images to go off of. Full page ones. We have rear view perspectives. So there's a couple blank pages along the way that you can practice on your own. And then the next chapter is tooling perspective. So same thing, but here we just want to sketch the actual tooling. So how do you put that in perspective and put that in? So you do want to have a basic understanding of perspective drawing for this. We don't get into vanishing points and things like that, but this is assuming you already know your basics about design. And same here, a lot of outsoles, and then we just change up the proportions. There's a section on orthographic views here in chapter 5, and this is great because here, a lot of times in the footwear industry, you need to draw the side view, the top down, and the bottom view, and most likely a heel view as well. So this shows you how to put that together and gives you a bunch of practice pages, so you can practice translating your side view design lines into the heel region, and then same for the side view, translating that up here into the upper. And you can use these as uppers or bottom unit drawings. So again, a lot of orthographics. Then we go back into more practice pages for perspectives. And the book ends with just continuing on with really basic silhouettes of shoes, not a lot of guides. Hoping by this point you're pretty well versed with the proportions of a shoe and not having to rely too much on a lot of guides. And a couple practice blank pages at the back of the book, and that's it. So this was just a quick overview on my new How to Draw Athletic Shoes sketchbook. And we do have a couple more books that we are working on for the future. So we will be revealing those shortly and possibly doing additional Kickstarter campaigns, and hopefully you'll be able to support us on those new future projects. So thanks, and if you're looking to order a book for yourself, you can do it on our website, renderdemo.com. That's about it.